Hi and welcome back to our channel. In this video, I will actually share with you only one recipe, but a very important one that I improved to the perfection. The classic German beef rolls, my favorite recipe. And those are much better than the ones from my grandmother. And by the way, in the description box down below, you will find a link to the written recipe on my blog. When I make my beef rolls, I start with a gravy. I think that saves a bit of time. So for the gravy, we're gonna need salt, pepper, beef fond, red dry wine, lard or clarified butter, sugar, tomato paste, and soup vegetables like carrots, celery root and leek, as well as good amount of onions. So first I remove all the parts that I'm not gonna use for the gravy. So I cut off the ends of the vegetables and peel them as well. In the meanwhile, I took the widest pot that I have, which is this Dutch oven that I'm gonna link down below, and I melted clarified butter over medium heat. After this is done, I chop my vegetables pretty roughly. You can cut those into cubes that have 2 to 3 centimeters, so around 1 inch. As soon as your fat is hot, which you can easily check with your wooden spoon by putting it into fat and checking if the bubbles arise. When they do, that means that you can add your vegetables and fry them on the medium-high heat for several minutes. I have also salted them, as you could see, and then I kept on turning them to make sure that I don't burn them. After they got nice and brown, I added the tomato puree, mixed it all very well, and then waited around 2 to 3 minutes. And then I added red dry wine. I poured the whole bottle at once, and then I kept the heat on medium-high to make sure that all alcohol evaporates. That took around 15 minutes. In the meanwhile, I took the beef slices from the fridge and I tapped them dry. The beef slices that I got were already very thin, but if yours aren't, you can pound them very gently. The best thickness for the beef rolls is a 0.5 millimeters thick, so 1/5 of an inch. Then I placed all the slices on the kitchen counter and added very quickly the beef fond to the gravy. So now we're gonna start stuffing our beef rolls. I am starting with salt. You want to spread it very evenly on every slice. Then you can continue doing the same with pepper. I am using black pepper. And at last you want to spread 2 very big teaspoons of mustard. A lot of people like putting bacon that way, but I like to do it horizontally to ensure that every piece of the beef roll that you cut has a bit of bacon inside. I would advise to put at least 2 bacon slices per beef slice. Next, you put 1 cucumber quartered on every beef slice, and then you add the chopped onions. Now it's the time to roll them. So first you tuck in the sides. And then you roll the slice until the end. And remember to always start rolling from the side that is more narrow. And that's how they're supposed to look like when they roll. To secure the beef rolls, I always use a cooking twine. For this, I take around 60 centimeters long piece, so around 24 inches, and then I wrap it like a gift. I bet all of you would love to receive such a gift, right? Now it's the time to brown the meat. So I started melting the clarified batter over medium-high heat. And then I started browning the beef rolls. Before I leave them in a pan, I usually like to turn them around in fat so they don't stick to the pan. And then I proceed like that with all the beef rolls. After 1 to 2 minutes, I check how brown the beef rolls are at the bottom, and they are pretty brown. My Dutch oven is pretty big, therefore the beef rolls don't brown evenly, and therefore I sometimes switch the places where I brown them. The goal is for all the beef rolls to be nice and brown from every side. And as soon as you've done that, you're gonna pour the gravy that you prepared earlier on with the vegetables. Then you're gonna spread those evenly, and at this point the dish can go to the preheated oven to 160 degrees Celsius or 320 degrees Fahrenheit. After good 1.5 hours, my beef rolls were nice and soft, so I took them out. And I also did remove the excess fat because I don't like it in my gravy. Then I put the sauce through the sieve because you don't want those vegetables in it. And then I also squeezed all the juices because you want to keep those. And the sauce was ready. I also like my sauces very thick, so I thicken it using Mondamin. You can feel free to do so as well. Beef rolls can be served traditionally with potato dumplings, as well as homemade spätzle and traditional German red cabbage with apples. Thank you very much for watching. I hope that you did enjoy this video. Please let me know in the comments down below how you make your beef rolls, and if you do have any tips and tricks for me and for other subscribers. If you do like this kind of food, a few months ago I have filmed a video about the German comfort food, so please make sure you watch this one next. Next week we're gonna tackle another very important German dish, which is the German goulash, and not only one variation, 5 variations. So you can imagine now how much time I actually spent in the kitchen for the moment. Plenty of time. So anyway, wish you a lovely week, stay safe, healthy, and I will see you on my next one. Bye!